It happened on a golf course. Hi, I'm Tyler Goldberg. I'm the founder of NAOCA, and in 2023, I flipped the script. I changed how I practice medicine. I didn't opt out of insurance, but I built a different model, one that gave me more control, better alignment, and a practice that finally made economic sense. And now I help surgeons do the same. The moment I realized doctors had been cheapened beyond recognition didn't happen in a hospital. It happened on a golf course. I was playing golf with a couple of buddies of mine, both very successful professionals, and somehow the conversation turned to doctors. One of them said he had a concierge primary doctor. He said it was like a luxury, like this doctor was available when he needed him, easy access, responsive, basically there for him at a whim. So naturally, we asked the question, how much does that cost? He says, about $900 a month. And for a second, everybody kind of reacted like that was expensive. Because on the surface, $900 a month sounds like a lot of money to pay for primary care. But then he says something that stopped me cold. He said, honestly, I can't really complain. My hourly rate is $3,000 an hour. Think about that. For him, $900 a month is basically 20 minutes of work. 20 minutes. 20 minutes of his time pays for healthcare access for him and his entire family for a month. And he doesn't see that as outrageous. He sees it as rational, as valuable. He sees it as worth it. Then the other guy chimes in and says, yeah, well, I only pay $30 when I see the doctor. And then he kind of laughs at it and makes a flippant comment. It's almost laughable. Doctors are so cheap, they don't even know their own value. And man, let me tell you, that line stuck with me. Doctors are almost laughable. They are so cheap, they don't even know their value. Because the truth is, he's not really wrong at all. That's the painful part. Doctors have been cheapened, not because we're not valuable, not because the work isn't hard, not because the stakes aren't enormous in healthcare. We've been cheapened because over time, the system trained everyone, including us, to believe that access to a physician should be fast, constant, exhausting, and somehow inexpensive. Think about what a doctor actually is. You are talking about somebody who spent their teens, their 20s, and part of their 30s becoming useful. Someone making decisions with real consequences. Someone carrying legal risk, emotional burden, intellectual load, and responsibility that most other professions will never understand. And yet, somewhere along the way, society started treating physician access like a commodity, interchangeable, discounted, convenient, always on, always available, and somehow cheap. That doesn't happen by accident. That happens when a profession gives up control of its pricing, control of its model, and eventually control of its identity. And I think that's what's happened to medicine. We stopped thinking like owners. We stopped thinking like professionals with scarcity and value, and we started functioning like labor inside a system that tells us what our time is worth. That's a dangerous place to live, because once somebody else tells you what your time is worth, it's only a matter of time before you start believing them. And doctors, they've believed it. You can see it in the way we talk. You can see it in the way we negotiate. And you can see it in the way we defend absurd reimbursement. And it's just like, that's part of the game. You can see it in a way we accept more work, more documentation, more call, more patient messages, more overhead, and more complexity. All the while, less margin, less control every single year. We've normalized being underpaid for high-value work. And what's worse is we often wear it like a badge of honor. We tell ourselves that noble work we do shouldn't be about money. But that's not wisdom. That's conditioning. Because when you underprice physicians long enough, eventually you just don't hurt doctors, you damage access. You damage sustainability. You burn people out. You make independent practice harder, and you push good doctors into employment models they don't want to be in. You create a healthcare system where the most valuable person in the equation has the least amount of leverage. That's crazy, right? And the people outside of medicine can see it sometimes more clearly than we can see it ourselves. That's what hit me on the golf course. The attorney understood value. The concierge patient understood value. Even the guy making the joke understood value. Everybody at that tee box understood that physician access is worth more than what most doctors are charging under the traditional model. Everybody understood it except the profession that actually delivers that value. And that's why I keep saying, the problem is not that doctors need to work harder. The problem is that we are trying to survive inside a model that disconnects value from compensation. You can't outwork a broken model. You can't out-hustle a reimbursement structure that keeps compressing your worth. And you can't rebuild a great life on top of a system that depends on undervaluing you. At some point, you have to stop asking how to survive in the model, and you have to start asking whether the model deserves you at all. That's what this is really about. It's not greed, it's not luxury, it's not even trying to squeeze patients. It's about restoring alignment between value, access, compensation, and control. That's why I believe so strongly that physicians need a different model. They need models where your time means something. They need models where access has structure, models where the economics actually work, models where you are not ashamed to be paid appropriately for high stakes expertise. Because if we don't fix that, then yes, people are going to keep laughing. Not because doctors don't matter, because we let one of the most valuable professions in society get priced like it doesn't. And that should bother every physician watching this. If you're a surgeon who knows the system isn't working anymore, you're not crazy. You just need a different model. That's what we talk about here at NAOCA.